Ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, bots, agents, haters, watchers, lovers, whatever you are, I welcome you to this edition of What is Tim Eating? What's Tim eating? All right, we're in the kitchen right now. I'm throwing some beef tallow down. I'm about to make me a burger that's got ground beef with ground liver and heart in it. Some local eggs. And you know I got some watermelon over here I'm snacking on. I'm always eating watermelon. You know how we roll with the watermelon, you guys. So, yeah, cheers. All right. So, this is really an appreciation post. Appreciation for you guys that are here riding with me and giving me somebody to talk to about stuff that actually matters, man. Because, you know, it's frustrating when you are the kind of person that is relatively awake and conscious in a world full of sleeping conformists, when you're like an actual individual out here and you tend to think about really deep things. You tend to question things. You tend not to be satisfied with small talk, gossip, all this nonsense that most of the world seems to be engaged in. And it's frustrating, and you tend to feel alone. And you kind of have some options here. It's like, well, I can either have a bunch of friends and acquaintances and talk about a bunch of bullshit that I don't actually care about, or I can be alone and have conversations with God and like have deep thoughts, get downloads. You know, and then it's like the more you do that, who you just can't relate. You can't relate to the average person anymore. Let me grab a spatula. So, I'm just really grateful for you guys. I'm really grateful to be able to speak on subjects that are pretty deep. They're pretty deep compared to what most people are talking about. And people tend to struggle with me. Like, a lot of people think I'm aloof. They think I think I'm better than them because I don't go out. I don't go out anymore. I don't go to the bars. When people invite me out, I don't show up because I don't want to be around a bunch of people talking about small talk. You can't talk to me for like more than 2-3 minutes without me getting into some deep shit. Like, let's talk about the nature of reality. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about improving our characters. You know, where do we come from? Where are we? What is this? Where are we going? Why? What's the meaning? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of all this? You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that matters, you know? So, you guys care about this stuff like I do. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate that there exists a platform like this that I can speak on these matters. It's part of the reason why I'm behind the camera so much doing this. I'm mostly alone because a lot of people just don't want to go there. Have you noticed that? People want to make small talk and you start to go into deeper subjects. Certain people, of course, they're like, oh, finally, you know, and those are your people, right? And then you talk on deep stuff. And that's a beautiful process. That's like iron sharpening iron, right? There's a Bible passage on that in Proverbs. So that's the good shit. That's what I'm all about, you guys. And this is that, right? We get to communicate on the deep stuff that most people don't want to talk about. What a blessing. What a blessing. I'm so thankful for you guys. I'm also really thankful to have access to this high quality meat. All right. And yeah, back to nutrition. I'm cooking it in beef tallow, no seed oil, single ingredient foods because I care about my body. I care about the health of my mind. I want to be a conscious individual out here. I'm not trying to be like anybody else. Fuck that. Pardon my language, but fuck that. The conformity, man. The convenience and the conformity. 2 C words, man. Those things are killers. They literally, like, that shit kills people. People do shit they don't really want to be doing. They date people they don't really want to be dating. They go places they don't really want to be going. They watch things on the screen they don't really want to be watching. They end up taking substances they don't really want to be taking. Maybe even having sex with people they don't want to be having sex with. Why? Out of conformity, convenience. And then a lot of times people literally die. People die. Fuck that. I mean, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die an individual. My own person. Doing things my own way. Well, sort of, right? Because there are rules. We talked about that. There are natural laws. There are spiritual laws. God's laws, as it were. And so, yeah, we got to live according to certain principles. Righteous principles. But it's dope. It's cool. Because, like, the more you do that, the more conscious you get. And the more you're able to actually comprehend some of this really deep subject matter that we like to talk about. Because your mind is functioning like it was supposed to. Before all these weirdos programmed you with all kinds of nonsense. So, yeah. Alright. I got my beef organs. I got my eggs. I got my fruit. Oh yeah, one more thing. I got my raw milk. My raw kefir. I love this stuff. One more thing. Yo. I got some really high quality maple syrup as well. And that's going to go on the meat. Why? Because it's delicious. Because I trained today and I earned some sugar. Let's fucking go. All right. Peace, bro.